Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to another episode of Make Good Food and Make Good Choices. I'm Shelby Pedretti and I'm going to bring to you one of our family favorites, a Zuppa Toscana soup. So let's get started. Using the Instant Pot just because it's gonna make it really easy for me at the island here, and I have it on sauteed just to get it prepped and ready to go. And the very first thing that we're going to use is an Italian sausage. You could do a hot Italian sausage if you would rather, but we tend to go mild and amp it up from there. I'm gonna go ahead and saute this for maybe 6 minutes until it's done. I love this tool. I don't even know what it's called. It's Pampered Chef. But I love it. It's so perfect because it just gets the meat ground up within seconds. So give me just a few minutes to cook this sausage down, and then we'll get started on the next step. The pork has turned from pink to a nice brown, and apparently I bought very lean pork because there is hardly any pork fat in here. Good, bad, I don't know. Typically, I would have more and take it and drain it. This is where some of my family members go, no, don't do that. And I'm like, I'm saving your life. And on a paper towel it goes. But actually, there's not very much. I'm gonna need to add a little olive oil to saute up the onions and the garlic. And so that's next. And really, it's pretty simple to do. I'm gonna let that get a little bit hotter because I have turned it off while I dice up these white onions. And one quick reminder is leave your root end on so that when you go to cut it, it's so much easier for you. It takes literally seconds, especially with an onion. You want to do it fast just so it's not stinging your eyes. And we're gonna do one medium onion of your choice. I had white, you can use yellow, whatever you choose. So I'll finish up the onion and we'll get to the garlic. For me, I already have garlic, 3 cloves that I minced. You can buy it minced. And we're just gonna saute that up until your onions are translucent. And I'm getting some of the bits of goodness from the Italian sausage in there too. That's good. That's real good. All right, let's go ahead, add in our diced potatoes. You can use russets. I use golden. I leave the skin on to make life really easy. I think you could even get diced potatoes in the refrigerator section at the grocery store if you needed to make this really fast. That'd be a great way to do it. Literally about 7 to 10 minutes with the potatoes, and then we'll add in our kale, and we'll be ready to just lid this and walk away. A low carb option, if you want low starch and you don't want to do potatoes, cauliflower florets are perfect. So anytime you want to sub out for pasta, you want to sub out for potatoes, cauliflower just works really well. There's not a lot of flavor with the cauliflower, so it's just going to take on the flavors that it's around, and it still gives you the texture. I'll sub it out for my tortellini soup instead of the tortellini. And honestly, you don't really notice the difference at all. And so you could totally do that for this one too with the potatoes. All right, the potatoes are getting tender. I'm gonna go ahead and add in kale. Now I bought kale already prepped and ready to go. You can buy it and strip it, leaving the stem and then dicing up the leaves. Whatever is easiest for you. I like this for smoothies. I like it in soups. It will shrink down. It gives great color and nutrient value, but you can't taste it. This just looks really pretty. So it looks like a lot of kale, but we'll see it disappear. That kale reduced down to about a third. So I would say about 4 cups. It just depends. You could substitute spinach too, but in the Olive Garden recipe, they use kale. It holds up a little bit better. I'm gonna add back in the Italian sausage. Okay, there was a lot in there. That's quite a bit. Saving my family's life. That's what I'm doing. Oh wait, I think there's whipping cream that's supposed to go in here. It's fine. I sub half and half for them. So once this is distributed and your potatoes are slightly fork tender, you don't want them to be super soft because I don't want it to turn into a mashed potato situation, but that they have enough firmness to them that they'll hold up while the soup is simmering for a little bit. So that is my plan. Right now I have the chicken broth. I'll show you what I love to use because it's easy to have on hand. So I never wondered, do we have chicken broth? So this is better than bouillon broth. You can get organic or not organic, and it's a paste, and you just add water to it. It's gonna sizzle. And I have 4 cups of water. I wasn't sure what the Instant Pot was gonna do for me. Size-wise, I usually use my big stock pot, but I feel like this is good. And then we're gonna add in 1.5 cups of half and half. We'll try 1 cup first. Saving lives. Now, it's a really rich and hearty soup. I think I'm gonna reserve it and just set it in case I need it. I really feel like I don't need it. So let's just take a close-up look at this and give you an idea of how creamy it is. All right, so giving it a taste test really quick just to see where it's at. It's good. It is definitely getting there. If you taste it and it's a little bit salty, which I think this one is a little bit salty right now, don't do anything to it. You don't need to add any water or any more cream or half and half, but just let it sit and let those potatoes absorb the liquid, and it'll balance it out because the potatoes are still pretty new inside of the pot. You'll get a little flavor fusion going on for sure. I am gonna wait to season. This is a really nice, I might do just a little bit Mediterranean blend with a lot of kind of a peppery. I didn't put any cracked pepper in here, but I will. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover this, let it simmer for about 30 minutes. Come back, taste it, and see if we need to make any more seasoning alterations. All right, this is ready. I bowled some up just now. I can't get over how much of the kale is gone. If you like a creamier soup, you might want to add flour, like 2 tablespoons of flour and 2 tablespoons of butter before you go ahead and add in your broth. Okay, so that's gonna thicken it up. Or you could also use cornstarch, read the back of the box, and that will thicken it up to be more of a cream soup as well. I like a little bit more of a brothy soup, and so we're gonna leave it as is and go ahead and give a sample of this. So I did start to garnish this with a little bit of diced red bell pepper. You could add some heat to it with crushed red pepper, just a little bit of that, and some Parmesan cheese, cracked pepper. This is actually an herb blend, and we'll give it a taste. See what we think. It's a little hot. Oh, but it's so good. I would say, okay, I got some hot pepper. Okay, I would, this is not supposed to happen, like take 27. No, it's so good. What I would do is leave this on a very low simmer. In fact, in my Instant Pot, I'm gonna shut it off, put the lid on, and let it sit. By tomorrow, we'll cool this down a little bit tonight, pop it in the refrigerator, and have it for tomorrow evening's dinner. The flavors will change, so it's fun. Taste it, have a bowl, but then try it again the next day. Any soup or chili or stew is always gonna take on more of the flavor fusion by the second day and even the third day. So, bon appetit. I hope you enjoy this recipe. It is something so fast and easy for a family. It gets a little bit of green in. Okay, I'm just trying to make myself feel better that there's half and half in there. Yeah, it's fine. It's such a good soup though. But until we see each other again, I hope that you continue to make good food and make good choices. Bye.